Jim Irsay goes on Twitter last week and decides to talk about running back value. And if you know who he is, he's the owner of the Colts. And the Colts have this guy named Jonathan Taylor who ran for 1,800 yards last year or 2 years ago, had 18 touchdowns, both led the league. Last year he was hurt a little bit here and there, but Jim Irsay decided to take to Twitter to talk about running back value. And then he had an interview where they asked him about if he's offered a contract to Jonathan Taylor after what he's done for the Colts. And he said, no, we haven't put any money in front of him. So Jonathan Taylor and his agent take this the wrong way. They're not happy with the situation, as they shouldn't be, because I don't want my owner talking on my situation publicly to everybody else. Yeah. And he's asked for a trade. And all I can say is Jim Irsay's a clown. He's a clown.
And then
he's inept.
And then they come back after he requests a trade and they say they're going to put him on the NFI list because of a back issue. And he comes back on Twitter and says, I have never said anything about a back.
The reason I didn't even bring
problem.
that up is, I know it's part of the story. The reason I didn't bring that up is because the NFL Players Association is not going to let that happen.
No.
They can't let that happen. And he talked about in his tweet being in good faith in CBA negotiations.
Yeah.
What's good faith about putting him on the non-football injury list for a workout he did off of your training grounds, supposedly, and he had a little back issue? Yeah. And it sounds like he never reported a back issue.
Yeah, according to him, he's never had back pain, never reported back pain.
This is two sides that are pissed off at each other. But I don't think that the Colts have, to be honest with you, I don't think Jim Irsay, Chris Ballard, I don't think they have any right to be pissed off at Jonathan Taylor. They're the ones who've initiated all this bad blood. Let's be honest. So I hate that. And if they don't pay him in 2023, something's going to have to give. Like NFL Players Association, people are going to have to step up and call a spade and say that is absolute garbage. Yeah. You can't do that. You can't treat people like that.
No, you can't. You can't. Jim Irsay's always kind of had a bully mentality, it seems like, from the outside looking in. Something else interesting that happened, Sean Payton shared his thoughts on Nathaniel Hackett and what he thought of his coaching job in Denver last year, which we can all agree was terrible.
It was bad.
It was horrible. Sean Payton called it one of the worst head coaching jobs of all time. Aaron Rodgers came back and said he needs to keep my coach's name out of his mouth.
Yeah, well, I don't blame Aaron Rodgers for saying what he said. I don't necessarily think Sean Payton should be speaking like that.
He came out and apologized
about
for it
but
afterwards.
he said I had my fox hat on. But at the same time, it's great fireworks for us to talk about.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I don't mind Sean Payton saying it. But I don't think, like, just generally speaking, if you're a coach, a player, you probably shouldn't talk about other coaches, other players around the league.
You're gonna have to see these guys.
In week 5,
they play each other
October
this year.
8th. Yeah, I've got it circled. I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
it's in Denver too.
Yeah,
Jets in Denver.
You don't think Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a little extra motivation that game? Last thing Aaron Rodgers needs is a little extra motivation.
I keep saying this, man. Aaron Rodgers is a changed man, brother.
Yeah,
it's a changed man. $35 million pay cut.
Yep.
He texted Jordan Love saying, have fun, be yourself.
Yep, before training camp.
He's coming to Nathaniel Hackett's defense, like, keep my coach's name out of your mouth. He was at OTAs. He hasn't missed any days in the offseason.
Nope.
This is, to me, I mean, I'm just reading the tea leaves. This is a re-energized, locked in Aaron Rodgers on one goal, and that's winning a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I know that, I bet there's Packers fans out there like, what the hell?
Where was this at last year, man?
What's your problem?
Yeah.
You were pissed off because they drafted Jordan Love 3 years ago, and you asked for $51 million a year. They gave it to you, and you still asked for a trade out, and they gave it to you.
Yeah.
You know, like the Packers fans and Packers front office got to be like, damn, man.
Where was this?
This guy's an asshole.
Yeah, a couple other injury notes, and we'll get out of here. This one kind of sucks because the dude just seems like a good dude, and he's dealt with a lot of injuries. Signed a pretty decent contract a couple years ago towards ACL last year. Tim Patrick of the Denver Broncos, aforementioned, was carted off, non-contact injury on Monday, believed
Achilles
to be a torn. Oh, it's official now. Yeah, torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Was it training camp last year also when he tore his ACL?
Same thing. He never played a game.
Never played a game, and he signed his contract, I believe, last offseason. Was it 2 years ago?
No, it was last offseason. But 2 seasons ago, let me look at these stats. I have to go pull them up.
They weren't anything special, but Tim Patrick was a really good player.
But you saw what he could build into.
Yeah, and he's not young.
He's 6'4", 212.
Yeah, I think.
No, he's young.
I think he's 28, 29.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, he's 28, but when he signed the contract, he was 26.
Right.
Yeah, and he had caught when he was 27. Never mind, I'm dead wrong. I'm dead wrong. He might even be older than 28. I think he's like 30 now.
Yeah,
but he caught for 734 yards that year.
Yeah.
And then signed it.
signed I think a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Tore his ACL. Now he's torn his Achilles.
That stinks. But 6'4", 212 pounds. He was going to be. I mean, he's a helpful tool to have, red zone and everything else.
Yeah,
and
he was
he caught a
solid.
couple of deep balls.
Yeah.
In 2021
Just one of
for those guys.
Would never have been a Pro Bowl receiver probably or an All Pro receiver.
I didn't realize he was so old. He must have played 5 years or something in college.
I think he bounced around for a minute before he kind of stuck.
Yeah, but he only had 4 years in the NFL.
Oh, that's it? Yeah, he must have been an older college guy.
Yeah.
One more injury note. Speaking of the Indianapolis Colts and their running back situation, Zach Moss broke his arm today. Backup running back. He will be sidelined 6 weeks.
That, I don't want to wish that on Zach Moss, but that feels like the football gods flipping off Jim Irsay and Chris Ballard something heavily. That's what it feels like. Because Zach Moss, I think, is a decent back. I don't think he's a world beater by any stretch.
No, but he's solid.
But he can give you some good, tough yards in between the tackles. Not much of a pass catcher. So, I mean, they say that about Jonathan Taylor as well. But he's not near the back Jonathan Taylor was. And the fact that, like a few days after, we're talking about a trade a trade request from Jonathan Taylor and all that bad blood back and forth. Your lead back breaks his arm in camp.
Yeah, I don't know. Was he their number 2? He might be.
Yeah, no, he's got to be their lead back. Who else they got? Naeem Hines isn't there anymore.
No, he's in Buffalo,
and he's hurt.
He's hurt also.
Yeah. So the Colts.
Yeah. No.
Him.
You want to hear their backfield now?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Evan Hull, a rookie, and Jake Funk. You know the white guy
from the Rams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake Funk.
Played for the Rams.
Yeah. Where's Marlon Mack when you need him?
Yeah, I don't know. Is he buried on the depth chart in Houston? Is he the number 3 in Houston behind Damian Pierce and Devin Singletary now?
The Colts might. They just might be. I think the Cardinals are the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Colts might challenge them with how this offseason's going for them.
They could. They absolutely could.
Because Anthony Richardson, they're talking about him taking first team reps already.
Yeah.
You think he should start?
It's always that question. You never know, right?
There's the two sides of like, if you throw him in there, he could create bad habits because the things around him aren't good enough.
Or get his confidence murdered.
Or you throw him in there and he gets game reps and he learns from them.
Yeah.
But I've seen it go both ways.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
But for him, I think he's a developmental project anyway. You don't need to rush him to play.
I mean, you look at what they got. They're probably going to suck this year anyway, especially if JT's not in town. They just let him go. Gardner Minshew's, we know Gardner Minshew's a backup.
He should play some, but I hate seeing young rookie quarterbacks that need to develop get put into terrible offensive situations, and that's what that is. Yeah. He doesn't have a running back. I mean, yeah, you got Michael Pittman on the outside,
Pierce, Jelani Woods,
but
decent.
It's
decent.
Okay.
It's okay.
But you won't be balanced enough. He'll probably have to run the ball a lot. Their QB power's coming.
Hey, 246, man.
Good old QB power,
he's
brother. QB sweep.
He can handle it. Josh Allen, 238.
Tell Cam Newton that, bro.
We'll see.
That's all I'm saying. Like Cam Newton was 250.
Yeah.
And the reason he is not around the league anymore is because he got hit so much and his shoulder got messed up. No, I don't care how big you are. Taking hits from
large men
that like to go hit on the defensive side of the ball in the NFL. I don't care how big you are.
I'm not disagreeing.
You could be Jerome Bettis. I don't give a damn. I don't want you taking unnecessary shots.